This video and its contents are for adult collectors. RID01 Windsheer, one of the few toy-only characters I have from the RID toy line, and it's mainly because it's a flip changer, and I've really enjoyed the flip changers, if my love for Machine Wars Hoist doesn't tell you. Unfortunately, mine had an accident where the windshield recently cracked open, but I glued it back together, and we're still going to talk about it as if that's not there. I love the jet mode and the colors on this mode. The black, the venting, the details, the yellow. He even has Decepticon symbols on the wings, which is a pretty weird thing. He also has full landing gear, which I'm never not going to be excited about. The Decepticon symbols on the wings, like I mentioned, are pretty weird to see since there were really no Decepticons in RID01, except in the toy line, so seeing them here is pretty strange. But it is a very nice and small and cute and compact jet mode. It's something I really like about flip changers, and of course it takes 2 seconds to get from mode to mode, so this is fully enjoyable. I find this guy just an absolute piece of hand candy. For comparisons with RID01 Windsheer, we have RTS Jazz, Legacy Goldbug, Legacy Skids, for once actually like a relevant comparison, Machine Wars Hoist, and one of the channel mascots. This is Shattershock, all for sizing. Transformation on Windsheer is stupid easy. Like, it's the easiest thing. He's a one-step changer, a flip changer, and yeah, so it just goes back and forth between both modes flawlessly, seamlessly, and with the push-up, like, you just flick the nose cone down and it's done. Now, you can actually push back the little, like, wings on him, and that causes it to almost fully transform, kind of like pulling the hook on toe line, but on here, it doesn't fully transform it. You have to put it in, like, with the nose cone. But you get a pretty handsome robot mode out of this with some sick light piping. If you like my channel's content, support it with a Patreon subscription or channel membership, links below. Thank you. Let's talk articulation on this old flip changer. He is very cool. Actually, I think I was going to be doing a full video on this guy. He has a very Megatron head, probably because this is the Megatron flip changer mold. He can look to the side, to the other side. He can look back and up a little bit. He has one of those heads where the ball joint is pushed down in the body, but because he doesn't have much of a neck, there's not a lot of room there, but it gets a little waggle, a little look around. Shoulders are ball joints, so they can rotate all the way around. They can go out that far. Elbows are ball joints, so it effectively works as a swivel and a bend. And I actually haven't tightened up any of the joints on this guy, so that's pretty cool. No waist swivel, probably due to the spring mechanism. Legs go all the way up, not very far back. Pretty far out, boot swivel, and a knee that is just a little bit past 90, and he has just a little bit of a heel spur, so he actually solves the problem that I have with Hooligan, which is that Hooligan has no heels, and honestly, I might steal some legs from a flip changer and put them on Hooligan after painting them orange, because good lord knows he needs it. But yeah, he looks really cool. I love the black and yellow with the deep blue or dark purple. I can't really tell. I am colorblind. But he looks cool, and I really like the black and yellow. Black and yellow is one of my favorite color schemes. Windsheer is a small bot. He is little in stature, and he looks like Megatron, like a black and yellow Megatron. Like, that head sculpt is clearly old Buckethead there, just decked out in a new color scheme. And considering how often they use these molds, I'm not surprised that they tried to get as many characters as they can off that Megatron head. That aside, for a 2001 toy, realistically like a 1996 toy, since this was planned for the KB Toys line, or no, it was released, it was Machine Wars, wasn't it? Yeah, this has great articulation. He's effectively just a Cyberjet minus a transformation, and he looks really cool. There's lots of neat details on here, especially on the back with that clean detailing and engraving there, the yellow highlights on him, and there's even cooler details revealed in the robot mode too. Like, you wouldn't realize he had these big spikes on his arms with these nice little greebles, or the sculpting into his legs. He's strangely textured for a 96 toy, and I quite like it. He's just a good looking bot, and I feel that if you haven't experienced a flip changer, or if you're looking at one of the flip changer jets, I kind of think this might be the best one out of the two. For comparison here, obviously, we got to compare it to some of my other G2 stuff. Here's Hooligan, so you can see just how close he is. And here's Machine Wars Hoist. Again, kind of relevant, since these guys were from our Machine Wars molds. Here he is with Legacy B. He is a little shorter than him.
Legacy Hauler, which, yeah, much shorter than a Voyager. Channel mascot Laser Fire. And just like before, we'll get Shattershock in there as well. I like Windsheer. I think he's a fun little mold, and it might just be my Flip Changer biased or maybe my Machine Wars biased, but I really like this guy. I think he's a fun little hand candy piece of toy, and I think that he's nice to flip back and forth. I've probably said it a bajillion times with Machine Wars toys. One of the reasons I like him so much is because he's spring-loaded. The same stands here. While I'm not as big a fan of the Jet Former as much as the tow truck, I do think that this guy is really cool, and I think the color scheme is a bit more cohesive than some of the Machine Wars color schemes. It at least looks different, and it's a fun goth repaint, which is another thing that I'm really into. While I don't really like the RID toy-only characters, this thing was packed with Skidsy, which I don't have and wish I did. I do think that if you find this guy on his own for 10, 15 bucks, especially 15 if he's complete, I think he's totally worth it. I think it's worth having a couple Flip Changers in anyone's collection. But with that said, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. Let me know what videos you want to see below, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to check those links. This has been Bots Obsession.